Hey nerds, let's go! Us on lunch and we're up to school. They call us nerds cause we're so uncool. They laugh at our clothes, laugh at our hair. The girls walk by with their nose in the air. So go ahead, boot us down. One of these days we'll turn it around.
It's true. Everybody just looks at me and they're like, you're a joke. And I'm like, you're not wrong. I can't actually fight. I will mouth you.
Hamilton looks nice. Like, I would walk up to Hamilton and give him a hug.
That's the other thing, though, is Hamilton is so small. Neither of us are intimidating. So we pick people up and they're like, we'll just strangle you guys.
Right?
Like, you guys will be no trouble at all.
So here we are in the, what I always call the nerd badass, Raychelle Keeling's house from King of the Nerds Season 3. This is our first official guest, although I know we picked up Zach and Kobe and their dog Doc Holliday on the way here.
Yes.
Raychelle, how does it feel to be the first official guest of the Misadventures of Saucey?
Pressure. It feels so good. So damn good. Listen, I'm just excited that you call me a nerd badass. It's like the
Nerd badass, yes. You have
Well, you do have one of the prerequisites, and that's the Zelda tattoo.
Sweet.
So, you know.
Yeah.
So let's talk nerds. Tomorrow you are going to help me get prepared for a party. I am completely ignorant of the cosplay world. We've had Songhammer on. I talked cosplay with those guys. Had Bonnie on. I've talked to her a bunch too.
Bonnie's great.
Yes, Bonnie is awesome. What is the difference? In other words, what's the difference between me just getting a Halloween costume or me getting a cosplay costume? Is there any difference?
Well, for me, I feel like cosplay is different for everybody that you talk to, honestly. But like for me, I think cosplay literally means costume and playing a character. So like you're dressing up in the costume, but you're also like being that character. You know, not everybody.
So you have to
does
commit.
That. You don't have to, but like it's fun
Tell
to
me
get
to
into
commit.
character. Commit.
I'll commit.
Yeah,
I think that's totally something I would do anyway.
You know, yeah, it's fun. And people aren't always, I mean, even if they're cosplaying though, they're not always in character, because if you think about it at conventions, it gets packed and they don't have time to be, ridiculous and elaborate all the time. But
like, I can't yell at everybody and act slutty all the time if I'm Tank Girl. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
so,
you can.
I wanted to have a real conversation
you
with
told me
you.
you were going to change it to Tank Girl until I saw your helmet, and I was like, you going to be a Tank Girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a terrible time
That's one of my
trying to
classics.
find good stuff to make a costume with in Knoxville, and I was like, you know what, I'm going to defer
And
to
I could do
Raychelle's
Tank
keen
Girl, and that would be super
cosplay
easy, but
meta skills.
We can definitely come up with something.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm pumped.
So, tell us about the journey. I started to do this as a human being, and you were like, let's get the camera out.
Video time!
I'm a shameless self-promoter. Let's get that camera. So now I'm in interview mode.
Yes.
How did you get into cosplay? I had assumed, wrongly I guess, that that opportunity came with King of the Nerds, and I was wrong.
No, actually, my friend Rachel from Chase Credit Card Services, like nobody would think that's where it came from, but it did. I met this girl in my training class, and she happened to bring a DS with her everywhere she went, and so her and I played Pokemon together, and that's how we got to know each other. Okay. And then she invited me to my first con, which was the local con, Vision Con here, which is now in Branson, but as you know, it's very close.
And how does that rate as far as cons? Decent, bad?
I mean, I really like it, but it's a local small con. It's growing, but like it's not,
Who's
it's
the
not a
biggest
comic
guest
con.
or panel guest they've had there?
The biggest one that they've had was probably... they had somebody from Halo. Listen, you know I'm bad at names. They have this adorable girl this year that we all know, and just hold that thought. I'll tell you how I got into cosplay, and I'll Google this.
Cool.
So anyway, Rachel actually took me to my first con, and she was like, you can dress as a character as you want, and she kind of described cosplay to me.
Oh, so you didn't even know what cosplay was at this point?
I didn't know conventions were a thing.
So what were you doing 4 years ago? Were you like a little punk girl, or were you just like
I was
this
just
random?
playing video games in my house. Like I didn't know that you could go and be with other people. So the only time I'd ever heard of that was when Pokemon, back in the day when you could go to those Pokemon League things,
right?
And you could get you could legit get Mew and shit for your game, and I never got to do it. So I was like, I'm a loser and I don't have all the cool stuff. So I just didn't know that
Here's a side note.
I lived under a a rock. I didn't know Comic-Con was a fucking thing. Like,
Did you know that Russia now, they have found evidence that they have hacked Pokemon Go, and they've actually been using Pokemon Go certain scenarios to irritate Americans and further divide people is what they're saying.
That's why I couldn't get that legendary. I mean, my gosh.
I believe it.
Vanna White.
Yeah, Vanna White it.
Don't take this moment from
Grandma
me.
and I made this, okay? We put glitter on her pine cones from her backyard because we are classy.
Oh, right on.
That's how you do, man.
Yeah, dude. You have to pay for this crap. There's
Yeah, you
no
do.
reason.
That's like some Pier 51 crap right there.
Look how good her pine cones are.
That is
They're
what the place is
legit.
called, right? Pier 51.
Yeah, Pier 1 Imports, yeah.
There you go.
That's where Hamilton got that stupid overpriced bowl. That's beautiful, but it's not worth 60
As an
bucks.
aside,
Holy
I would
crap.
be willing to bet good money you're the first person ever in the history of civilization to say a pine cone is legit. So you
Probably.
have that on. Nobody ever
You know,
in
I
the
say a lot
space-time
of things.
continuum has ever fucking said that pine cone's legit. Alright, let's get back to the interview here. So, you're just a lowly little reclusive nerd playing video games and you've never been out in the world. It's
Apparently, I
like
lived under a
Watership
rock.
Down.
It's cool.
You're in the Warren in your little hidey hole.
Yes.
And
then my friend
Rachel
was just
turned
like,
you on
hey,
to cosplay.
look, this whole nerdy world is out here and you didn't know it existed. And I was like, whoa!
And where's Rachel today? Are you still friends with her?
Yeah, she literally lives 5 minutes down the road.
Is that who we're going to see tonight?
That's another one, but I also met her at Chase, and we all live 5 minutes from
Nice.
each other. So.
Wow. Ooh, okay, so what happens next in the life of Raychelle?
So she literally was like, okay, you want to be Tifa, then do it. And I was like, all right. And so I looked online and I was like, okay, first things first, her shoes. And I was like, I need obnoxiously big shoes. And I knew nothing about cosplay, so I was like, I can't
How would
make
you rate
anything.
your first cosplay outfit as
You know,
compared to what you do
I'll
now?
have to show you a picture of it, but besides the wig, I rate it pretty high. Honestly, I felt like I did a good job. The wig is terrible. The wig is from the Halloween store. It was 20 bucks, which was almost more than I pay for good wigs on Amazon, so it was
Right.
stupid. So the wig
And I'm
was
sure you didn't know
god-awful.
to like, soak them in fabric softener.
Oh
do
god,
the
no!
fade
This
pattern,
it
all
just
that,
looked
so,
like an old if you know a kid and you go get an old Ratty Witch wig from Walmart
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
like everywhere. That's
Yeah.
how my Tifa wig looks like. Except for I tried to make long bangs and they just look like shit. So, but the outfit itself, I mean, it was suspenders, so I bought suspenders. That was simple. A crop top white shirt. So I literally went to Body Central. They just had it for a couple dollars. And then the skirt I just got from a thrift store. It was just an old tight black skirt, and I think I had to. Tifa's a little risque, so I think I sewed it up, hemmed it a little bit. But I think that was my first sewing job. And then the shoes, though, are the best because I
Did
just
you
went to
self-learn how to
Walmart.
sew?
Yes, I did. I self-taught.
From like a
Just a couple years
YouTube
ago.
tutorial?
Yep,
or-
YouTube, Google, calling my grandma and crying about it.
You wouldn't believe how many times the answer to that question is YouTube tutorial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the best. So, why not? I'm
Yeah.
getting ready. So, on my YouTube channel now, I started making parodies. I don't know if you guys saw. They're really ridiculous.
No, how
Okay.
have I not seen
I don't know, the
that?
last 3 Fridays I've done them.
Why have you not told me? I put it on the
It was
Tim
on
Can page.
Facebook.
You
Yeah.
never come across my feed because,
yeah,
are you
there's-
ready? You never interact with me.
Oh.
So you never come
Yeah,
across my
Facebook kind of
feed.
sucks.
I don't know how to
So-
do things. To be fair, I never interacted with this. Okay, so there's this guy I met through PAX specifically.
Okay.
And he had me add his girlfriend, and I'd never met her face to face or anything. It was just by proxy. He was like, hey, you should add my girlfriend. I was like, cool, she's cute, I'll add her. And so I added her. My newsfeed is nothing but Allison. To the point where she literally
Wow.
called him and was like, does Raychelle just go to my page every day? And I'm like, girl, I swear, no. Newsfeed just thinks I want all of your life. So explain
I'm
that to
going
me.
to turn off the
Explain
camera
that.
while you tell me the whole story how you're stalking Allison.
But
And then
really,
turn it back
how does
on.
that happen? So see, I don't
Yeah,
know.
their
how to-
algorithms are
I don't know
fucked.
how. You can
They are
also,
really weird.
But you can go under settings now and choose who you want to see on your newsfeed. I don't know if you know
You
that.
can?
Yeah, Facebook walked me through it the other day, and I haven't. done it.
Totally have to go do that
Yes.
because I
Yeah.
don't see anything my boss puts up hardly at all. And I like her stuff. She's my boss. She hates when I call her my boss. She's the executive director in the office I work. There's 3 of us, man. So I see a little bit of her stuff. I see none of my other coworkers' stuff.
I don't even see her stuff half the time.
Yeah, and
I get
I
the
want to
same
see their
6
stuff because I
fucking
see them
people.
every
Well,
day.
yeah, prioritizing. We'll have a Facebook meetup after this and prioritize who we want to see.
I need to see all of my daughter's stuff because sometimes it's a little I mean, you tell her, hey, your grandma can see this.
I know, it typically shows me stuff that I don't want to see, so I'm like, why do you do this to me? Why do I have to
Shows
see
me all the
every
food
angry
porn that
thing?
my friends put up.
See, I never get puppy porn anymore. I'm upset about it.
What the hell's puppy porn?
Like, just fun puppy videos. I just
Oh.
call them. And I said
Yeah.
videos, too, so it's fine.
Yeah, they're adorbs. Oh yeah, mine's
See,
food porn.
this is what the misadventures of Saucey about. I'm learning about how legit acorns are.
Acorns! Negative,
Pine
sir.
cones. See? I'm learning. I'm an apprentice.
Acorns are not legit.
No.
Cut me some slack.
Not unless you have
I'm
a
learning
little
about
like
puppy
pea shooter
porn.
to throw them with. That would be fun.
Wait, no, I take it back though. I did find legit acorns. When we went up to play paintball in this bumfuck nowhere Egypt over yonder, they had acorns, and I'm not kidding you. We're like, the shell was like this round on the top, and it was huge. And like they were this big, and so I picked them up, and I'm like, "Is this an acorn?" And it was. And
Did you draw faces on
those
them?
were legit. No, but
They just became less legit.
Hey,
I would
since my
totally make
future
little stick dudes out
mother-in-law
of those.
is a art teacher, she did take
We
it.
got so lost. So anyways, take 27. You and Rachel.
Oh God, we're way back there.
Oh,
Oh, I know where we were. We were on Tifa Lockhart's shoes because it's my favorite part of the cosplay. There's nothing
And
exciting.
her lousy wig.
Yeah, and I'm not going to tell you anything exciting about these shoes. You're going to be like, oh, cool, what a cool part of the cosplay. So I went to Walmart and bought those men's lumberjack, plain, vanilla-looking
Was
shoes.
totally looking for those yesterday. Couldn't find them.
We
had
have
to go with these bad boys.
Hey, but those are closer anyway.
All right. They work.
What size shoe do you wear?
These are actually 9s, but I actually wear an 8.
Okay, I wear 7, so we're like.
I wanted something a little bit.
I have boots, but to be fair, I don't have enough buckles. She's got all them buckles.
Oh yeah. So I thought about the buckles, but I'm like, you know what? They're gonna be in her jeans.
Those
so.
look good though, and I mean those were fine even if they weren't. And then I just took a red marker from Walmart and colored the shoes, and then black Sharpie and colored the bottom, and they looked good. So
Makes sense.
anyway, I'm gonna show you a picture now because we're just talking about it.
Yes, show me a picture.
But yeah, people from work are writing me right now. Like, why is this a thing? Why is this happening?
Well, you know this is Friday, right?
Is it?
I'm a real estate agent. Like, people don't.
Yeah, today's
normally
Friday.
Oh,
write
did you
each
get
other
your
anyway.
license?
Yeah, I'm licensed. Hey,
I knew
sold real
nothing
estate.
about you.
If you ever want to move to Missouri, friends. Okay, let's see. I'll just go here because I think I've posted everything. I mean, you've probably seen it. Because I have it because I did that banner at one point with all my cosplays, trying to look cool, make it look like I did a lot more cosplays than I did.
I mean, you weren't as legit as Pine Cones, but you were pretty cool.
Yeah.
It works, man.
That's right.
I can't tell you how many makeup tutorials I watch.
Dude, that's
It's sick.
I mean, the only reason I can not just sewing, cosplay in general, foam work, anything, it's all YouTube. I mean, everything is YouTube.
That's how I learned WordPress when I started
And I
writing
can show,
for
him and I
News.
started making Overwatch characters, but it just takes a while.
Yeah, and I totally don't watch any of those videos while I'm at work.
Yeah, no, nobody does, things.
I don't hunt around on
I work from home, so they're lucky to get me out of my underwear when I'm at work,
Well, technically you're in your underwear, but you're also in other clothes.
Okay, so you do this convention,
Yes.
you're hooked.
It was awesome.
How many conventions are you doing before King of the Nerds? Was Mary Kate kind of the door opening for King of Nerds? Did you get to
No.
Really?
Believe it or not,
Because you
Mary-
were both from here, right?
No.
I thought Mary Kate was from Missouri.
No, Mary Kate's from
Really?
Mississippi.
Oh, bad host.
Southern Mississippi
Didn't
girl.
do my research.
Yeah, I can
suck.
tell you all about Mary Kate. So she's one of my best friends. So no, we.
But how did you meet her?
Dude, she's amazing. I am so in love with her. She knows it. I'm obsessed. She's in my wedding party. We are bestest friends. We literally saw each other from across the way. So I watched her on King of the Nerds, of course. And then we saw each other because they came. Did you remember when Mary Kate got in trouble? Because they came to the set of season 3 and you could see our reflection in her glasses. Did you hear about that? Yeah. It was a
I
huge
watched that
ordeal.
whole season, but I never.
Okay, so no, it wasn't on her season. So
I watched all
on
the
ours.
seasons.
Okay, so what happened was it was a Twitter post. So what happened is Mary Kate and Chris Jackson came and visited us on set when we were filming season 3, and that was all fine, and the producers were fine with it. And she took a selfie, and so all you could see was them two in some chairs. So it didn't give anything away, except for in the reflection of her sunglasses, you could see where we were. And so they saw that we were on the same college campus that they were on season 2. So Reddit fucking tore it apart and blew it up. And they were like, they're filming right now on this campus. And they got into a bunch of trouble by the producers. Like Mary Kate got into a ton of trouble.
Whoops.
But
So anyway, it wasn't her fault. It was
I'm
really
trying to
ridiculous.
understand the dynamics of this. So, because I remember the first person from King of Nerds we had on was Alana. And she's like, right out the gate, she's like, I can't talk about King of Nerds at all. And this was right after season 1.
Yeah, it was very...
Right.
And she was very, very
Right.
tight-lipped, even after it was over. Like, the season had already aired.
Yeah.
And,
Which, yeah, but we've had other guests from other shows that have been that way too.
right. But what the point I was trying to make is, how much leeway do you have as far today, as of now? Can you talk
As
about
of now,
King
we're
of
free. We were not, for one, the contract was only a year anyway. So a year after we filmed. So they only had rights to me for that year. And then they had like other rights to me for like 10
What happens
years.
when you go somewhere as Raychelle from King of the Nerds?
It's fine.
So they don't get a piece of that or
No.
anything like that.
And plus, they didn't renew us. So now they don't get anything. Now they don't. Now it's fine.
Why do
And-
you think they didn't renew you? Because I thought
they're
that show
idiots.
was solid.
Like, I actually legitimately don't know because I do know what TBS told us, but it's really stupid. So, we did better in a worse time slot than season 2. And so theoretically, we thought, Curtis, everybody, we had a party at his house and he was pumped. He was ready to take us on tour. He wanted to take us to schools to give positive messages to children and stuff.
absolutely.
It was so fucking cool. Like, we were just pumped. Like, our whole season was just like, yes, yes, oh my God, please.
It was my favorite.
Yeah, it was so good. I love it because I'm still friends with almost everybody on the season. So, like.
There was some psycho guy in one of those seasons, though, and I was like,
Yeah.
Zach. On Mary Kate season.
Yeah, and I was
two.
like, dude, I knew nobody's hanging out with this dude. This guy's out of his
he
fucking
still
mind.
comes to like get-togethers and stuff, but like, yeah, he's like certifiably insane. I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'll cut that part out.
I was like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. She saw my eyes. I was like, oh. So anyway, but no. So they told Curtis and everybody, like, we literally were on Sky High because we were like, we're definitely getting renewed. Shit, they started one up in the UK.
But how would that affect you if there's a season 4, besides them bringing you back, like, on the periphery sometimes?
Well, then I would have had to honor, like, they have some part of the contract that says something about, like, up to 10 years or something, and it probably would have been, they probably would have got a piece if we win as a group or whatever.
Yeah, or
Probably.
they can bring you back for other episodes as a judge, or, things like that.
But they pay you and stuff, so it's not like, and it's not like you wouldn't
Do you
want to
still
go
get royalties
back.
for that?
No.
But if they show it in reruns, would you get royalties? So
No.
your relationship with TBS is
signed-
completely severed.
Yes, and to tell you the like, we signed away our rights. We signed away, like, in our contract, I kid
Oh
you
my God,
fucking not.
TBS is
I have
gonna
it
sue
printed.
us.
No, they're not. I have it printed. We signed the right to our faces to be put on theme park roller coasters. That was in our contract. They can use my face for the rest of their life, and I can do
For the rest of their
nothing about
life?
it.
So you can show up on a lunchbox.
Yeah, and I
20
can
years
do
from now.
nothing about it. But I won't, because they didn't. So TBS said that they were reformatting or like going a different direction and redoing their show.
Yeah, that means we don't want you anymore.
Yeah, well, but they were supposed to be like revamping their entire network. Their revamping is still Big Bang Theory reruns and what? Nothing?
Yeah, I don't watch TBS anymore.
I don't know. Is there anything
So
you
do you-
watch on
so-
TBS?
No, it's garbage.
Do you ever get, like, okay, so what's your last, this is so confusing to me. What is your last interaction with TBS? Do they tell you, or is there a spokesperson for season 3, and then they disseminate that information to
They
you
didn't
guys?
interact with us at all.
So how did you find anything out? Who
About what? About not
about-
being renewed?
yeah.
Curtis Armstrong.
and how did he find out?
Probably his connection at TBS. Probably like one of the higher up director guys.
Got you. But you're
And we're
completely
friends
out
with
of
a
it.
lot. Well, we're friends with a lot of the people that were hired to work for TBS, but none of them actually. They're like, everybody's just an independent contractor, so like they only worked with TBS temporarily.
So the left hand never knows what the right hand's doing.
Yeah, because like I'm friends with all those people, but they don't work directly for TBS. They
Yeah.
just did for that one show.
That is
So
such a
yeah,
fucking
no.
mess.
So we just found out from them that they weren't doing it anymore, and then they made one in the UK. So again, I'm like, guys, this is like becoming a thing. Like, what is wrong with you? I don't know.
So do you ever
I
think
mean,
like
it really
10 years
could
from
be
now
used
you'll
as a
get an
good tool.
email and it'll be like, we want to do a King of the Nerds reunion show?
I mean, I think it would be really fucking cool.
But is it
I know
something
that
you would...
behind the scenes, some of us nerds might have something planned on our own. So.
Oh. Alright, well I'm not going to push. You probably said too
Well,
much.
and part of the thing with a competition show is that you've always got that thing of you're basically signing over whatever they want.
Oh, yeah.
Because you want to be on it. You want to compete.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
we had Christopher Wonder on, who's a magician, and he's great. He was on Baskets last
And he was
season.
on The Gong Show.
And he was on The
Oh,
Gong
okay.
Show. And he's like, let me tell you about The Gong Show. They say that it's a contest, so they only have to pay you $200. And then when you go out there, they already know who they're going to fucking gong or not.
Yeah.
They shredded it.
A lot of them are, which is super fucking sad though. That's so annoying. That's one of the things that I love about King of the Nerds, because it wasn't fucking fake. Like, the only part that was fake was us talking about Little Caesars. Like, other than that, it wasn't fake.
And really,
to be
it's
fair,
Little Caesars pizza. It's $5. Who doesn't like that? Come on.
Yeah, well, and to be honest, like, I just talked about their crazy bread, and I really do like their crazy bread.
I love their
so
crazy bread.
whatever, like, you know. But
Like,
anyway,
I'm a total, like...
So you guys are connected for life. 20 years from now, you'll be talking to all the cats
absolutely.
from King of the Nerds.
Absolutely. Like, I will be in Mary Kate's wedding whenever she decides to get married, and she is in mine, and like.
And you don't think life will ever get in the way? Like,
Not
you'll
of me and
be-
Mary Kate. Like, maybe, like, I don't know if I'll last with like everybody else, but no. Mary Kate and I have very similar views on friendship, and we are like super fucking intense about it. Like, I don't know. It's just
Nice.
it just means a lot to us.
It's like-
Yeah, I like to
Kathy
meet her in
has a-
person too, her and Bonnie. And you know, it's weird.
they're great. Both of them are great.
The first person I reached out to in season 1, and I only reached out to one person each season. I think your season I reached out to you and Jacob. Was Jacob on your season?
Yeah.
Because he had a comic book thing.
Yes.
And same with Alana. So I was like, oh, I'm a comic book guy. I got like 8,000 comic books at home. Let me read.
Yeah.
And then Mary Kate, out of that season, I was like, this is a person I feel like I connect with the most.
She was
So I
so
wrote Mary Kate. And then I was like, oh, Raychelle, this is a person I think I could chill with the most. So I wrote you. And one of the good things about what I do is I do all my own fucking booking. So when I have people on the show, it's not like someone's handing me some kind of sheet and going,
Right.
you have to interview this person. I'm like, ooh. Like,
Yeah.
I love every person I interview.
Right.
And it makes the interviews interesting because I
Yeah.
actually give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, I
yeah.
actually like you.
'Cause you're
and I liked you
picking
before I met you.
Yeah.
Well, it's great. Thanks.
You know
I
what I'm
like you
saying?
too.
So that made it good, but I think it's weird that, like, you and Mary Kate are pals. And I even asked Mary Kate, I was like, hey, I'm going to have someone on from season 3. Guess who? And she's like, Raychelle? And I was like, yep.
Dude,
Yeah.
so this is how we became friends, because you asked, and it's really funny because it literally just happened. So we saw each other from like across the way, and I was just like, because I'm not allowed to talk to anybody, so I'm just like waving.
Why are you not allowed to talk
Because
to
when
her?
you were filming, you couldn't fucking talk to anybody. They didn't want you in the real world in any way, shape, or form. You couldn't hear news
It's like
articles.
jury duty.
It's kind of actually like creepy as fuck. Also, just in case you didn't know, I've been on murder trials twice for jury duty, by the way.
Have
I
you
just
talked
finished the
about all this
second
King of the
one.
Nerd stuff before publicly?
Some of it, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I saw one interview with you, but it was more on gaming stuff.
A lot of people just don't ask.
Really?
Yeah,
This
I
is
mean, everybody's
fascinating
like,
to me.
oh, so you like video games. What video games do you like?
How could they not ask about this very, like, substantial part of your life where you made all
I mean,
these
they ask about the
connections?
show, but they'll be like, what was your game plan going in, and how close are you guys now? And, you know, like the same, like, I don't
Yeah,
know,
I guess
just the
people-
same
5
stuff
questions.
over and over and over. Like, you know.
I guess people don't love humans like I do. I always want to know what people are thinking.
Well, I don't
Like,
know
what
why
it's
people
like
don't want to know more about behind the scenes stuff
No,
or
I
reality
wanna
shows
know
as I do.
everything about it.
And that's
Yeah.
why I get really passionate about reality shows, only because I know a lot of them are fake. But ours wasn't.
Well, I don't like reality
So,
shows.
you
You
see,
were in a
I do.
competition show.
I do.
I watched King of the Nerds. I watched AGT. William Shatner had a reality show. I watched that, and
Yeah.
the one Stan Lee had. And
But
those are
now
the
let's
only
be
reality
honest,
shows I've
AGT,
ever
the
watched.
producers know what they're trying to get.
Mm.
I mean, and that's okay.
Well,
You
even
know,
in this
it
one,
is-
they-
they know what they're going
I mean,
for.
the story producers pull you down there, and they know they're trying to get you to cry, or they're
Yeah.
trying to get, you know, but they don't make you say anything. Like, they're not like, hey, just say
Yeah.
this. You know
But
what I mean?
do you honestly think, and this is something I see on all these shows, I'm going to be the winner. Like, I know they have to pump you up. Did you think during it you were actually going to win?
No, God, no. No, I never thought I would win. And what was really super funny, though, is they almost sent me, okay, so they had a flight planned.
Because you were like one of the last 4, right?
I was top 5. I made
Top
it to
5?
5th.
Yeah.
And so, but the thing is, what you don't know about TV, I won that game, that stupid fucking, what is that game that I'm mad at? Stratego. Okay. Lily had
That's
been playing
hard.
Stratego her entire life. I had never played.
Oh yeah.
I beat her, though, in the first 5 fucking minutes. But for whatever reason, I let stress get the best of me, and I started eating my hair. And instead of going for her flag, because I found her best character, so she couldn't do anything because it was running from me. So all I had to do was go forward 3 spaces and get her flag, and I did it. I chased her thing around the board. Why? I don't know. 'cause
Were
I'm
you
an
trying to
idiot.
build suspense?
I know. I just forgot what to do. Like, I freaked out. Like, literally. So I don't do this. Hamilton does this. But on the show, if you ever watch that, you'll see me. I will be like doing okay, and then out of nowhere I go, and all my hair
Yes.
is in my mouth.
Is that your tell?
And that's Hamilton's thing. That's not even a thing that I do. And like, I just,
was not in my brain. Like, when you're so worked up and, like, amped and everything, like, I just fucking forgot. I just forgot what to do.
See,
and I chased her.
That's why I'm so glad that I'm doing something on AGT that is just ingrained in me so much.
And I understand it right
Because
there.
it's
What the-
hard.
You could tell me, okay, now you need to walk across the stage here. It's not like I'm not gonna forget how to put one foot in front of the other. Just like I'm not gonna forget the lyrics.
But you're like out of body though.
Yeah.
It's like an
But
out
let me
of
ask
body
this
thing.
then, before I forget. Your experience with King of the Nerds, the impact it's had in your life, going in, has it been a bigger impact you thought it would be, or a lesser impact than you thought it was going to be?
I would say it's about what I thought it would be because I didn't go in with high expectations. I wanted it to be more, but I didn't expect it to be more.
Yeah.
I wanted it to
But you
continue
have these
on.
connections forever. Did you think that's how it was going to be?
I figured I would at least have some. I didn't think I'd have
The
Curtis
thing
Armstrong.
is like Curtis Armstrong was in a movie that if it came out today, there would be so many, because they kind of objectified women in that movie.
In
You
which
know,
one?
Revenge of
Dude,
the
yeah.
Nerds.
If
know
you
what
go
I'm
back
saying?
and
If
watch
that
movies
came out-
from our childhood, they're
They're bad.
I mean, it's a
all of them.
parlance of the times, but if
For
it
us,
came
we're
out
like-
today, they'd be like,
Sorry, my
Curtis
cheeks do this crazy
Armstrong.
thing when I drink beer.
Like, people
Yeah,
would be
I've
like,
I've only had like 1.5,
Yeah.
and I'm just red. It's fine. It's my life.
people would like be boycotting him if that movie came out today. And it just
Well,
shows
not
you
necessarily
how,
him.
but just the whole production or anyone
Sure.
involved in
Yeah.
it.
I know when I watched it because I had never seen it, and so I watched it in the airport on the way to King of the Nerds, and I was sitting
Oh my
there
God.
watching it, and I was like, "Oh my
Gasp.
god!"
That's
like
how-
I just didn't know. I was like, "Rape! Like what? Why?" And I was like freaking
Oh
out.
yeah, like
I was
I watched it when I
this
was
is
like
a
a
comedy.
teenager, and I thought, dude, that's what college's gonna be like. Okay, come on.
And Curtis is probably a little bit older than me. He's probably got 10, I'm guessing he's what, in his mid-50s?
I think Curtis is almost 60.
Yeah, so he's got
Yeah.
at least 10 years on me. But I remember being like 12, 14 when that movie came out, Raging Hormones. And there was 1,000 movies like that. 1,000, they used to call them TNA movies.
Animal
Yeah.
And they
House,
straddled,
all of those.
they fucking straddled the border of porn.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm
absolutely.
saying?
Sure.
And like, that was so acceptable then. And I was looking at I was in a record warehouse not long ago, and I picked up a Poison album, that band Poison.
Yes.
And they have a song, and this is an old album from like the 80s called I Hate Every Bone in Your Body Except Mine. And I was like,
you're just like,
could you
wow.
fucking imagine if that song came out today?
Yes,
Like
it would
how
be,
horribly
yes, it would be
disrespectful
from
that
R.
is.
Kelly, and and it would be
So
played.
that's neither here nor there. So anyway.
But when you follow these threads, right, it's insane because look at I Love Lucy, which is from the 50s, right?
Right.
They are fucking chain smoking like motherfuckers.
Right.
But they're sleeping in separate beds. Mm-hmm. And it's like now the world is upside down where you're
Right.
practically having sex on a sitcom, but you could never get away with smoking a cigarette on a sitcom.
Right.
So everything is kind of fucking flipped where like you can't show a married couple in the same bed, that's taboo, but they could sit there with their Pall Malls
Right.
and gagging up phlegm on set. But now it's like the exact opposite. And I have seen this world develop over like the last 40 years of like this craziness, how everything, and I did politically, and I don't want to go too far into politics.
Right.
My dad was a Reagan Republican when I was young.
Okay.
And he was a proper McCreek gentleman.
Okay.
And he had short hair and he spoke regal and everything, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he wasn't crass. He was
Right.
very proper. His wife at the time, Janie, was very proper. And I didn't agree with their conservative politics, but I could at least
Sure.
wrap my brain around it.
Yeah, yeah.
And
you
now-
could respect where they were coming from, or
I
at
don't-
least see,
I can understand.
understand where they're. There we go.
But now it's flipped where I always say my dad has more in common now with Ted Nugent than fucking Ronald Reagan. And now you have all these guys that are like, suck my balls! and because I'm a conservative Christian, suck my balls! And I'm like, I don't understand. This isn't the rules. Like,
Yeah.
how can you take the moral high road when they're saying all of this fucking horrible shit?
Sure.
And then taking this moral high road. It's like, and then my dad talks like, I remember when I started the podcast, he's like, son, do you have to use the F word so much? It makes you look trashy if you use the F word. And now here, like fast forward 4 years later, he's like, that fucking C word, Billy. Like he's saying shit I wouldn't say.
Right.
And I'm like, I thought the F word offended you. Yeah, whatever.
no.
And because
Sounds
shows your
bad.
power these guys to just like bring out their worst id, but they're
Yeah.
still somehow conservative. But Trump hates the Republicans, so like they're straddling this weird fence where like I'm not a Republican, but I'm not like Jeff Sessions is a libtard, but Jeff Sessions is a Tea Party guy. Like dude, I really feel Today, Super Ugly had put something up. He's like, how many people are going to be in the Upside Down tonight? You know, referencing Stranger Things. And I was like, dude, I've been in the Upside Down since fucking November. What are you talking about? We are in the Upside Down.
Yeah, it's a weird place that we live in.
I think we covered everything, right? Have we covered everything
Yeah, do you
want to
know though why Mary Kate and I are friends?
Oh, I forgot all about that. That seems like so long ago.
It was ages. I'm just helping you not talk about Trump, you know. It's fine. So anyway,
You're like shiny object, shiny object.
here it is. It's not even that fun, but it's fun for us. Okay, so anyway, it's super short, super boring. But all that happened
No, I'm sure it's not
is haha, hey TBS. Hopefully they really can't sue. I don't know. So anyway, right after we got done with the show, right after we got done with filming, it hadn't aired yet, and so
filming a whole series.
Yes,
filming
just that season.
Okay.
And so they said you cannot be friends with anybody from King of the Nerds because we don't want people to guess that you're going to be on the show because they hadn't announced us yet. So we were like, oh, okay.
Wait. So all the filming was done before the first episode?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I thought, like,
it's
you
all
were 6
pre-filmed.
episodes in and then, like, they do Survivor and shit like that.
No, it was filmed 6 months later it aired.
Wow.
Yeah, we had to be quiet for a while.
So you can't even talk about shit that's topical on the show because it'll be obsolete by... Oh my god.
Yeah, it was super frustrating.
That is insane.
Yeah.
So you can't talk about like the newest game system because 6 months from now it's like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Yeah, yep.
Oh my god, that is mind-blowing.
Frustrating. And we had to be really careful about anything we put on Twitter because if we hinted that we were in California or if we could get in trouble. So that's when they were like,
how
strict.
are you playing I'm sorry.
You're okay.
As a curious cat,
yes.
This is mind-boggling to me. How are you hiding this? Are you hiding this from your mom? You're hiding it from everybody?
Well, you're supposed to be hiding it from your family, but like I don't talk to my mom, so that was fine. You're supposed to be hiding it from your family, but like my grandma knew, like Hamilton knew.
But if you disappear, what do people think when
exactly.
you disappear?
So like your immediate family knows.
Oh, you were with Hamilton that long?
Yeah.
How long have you been with Hamilton?
5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. And so they knew, but like they just couldn't talk about it. Like you don't tell anybody that would accidentally slip because if they slip, you get in so much trouble. Like they don't get in trouble.
What do you mean by so much trouble? Clarify.
Like they can. So in the contract, it's like they can sue you for like $10 million.
Do you have a lawyer look at these contracts, or you just sign because you're excited?
I signed it because fuck it. They ship you to Cali by yourself. And then say, here's your form. Like, fuck that. I mean, I was like, okay.
So it's all very mechanical.
Okay.
Like, here, sign this.
Yeah.
What's this part where I owe you my soul? Well, I don't know.
That's fine.
Formality.
TBS, yeah, like you sign this huge ass contract, which I have like a copy of somewhere. And it's just literally like, you won't talk about it.
How does this affect your relationship
anything.
with Hamilton?
It was rough. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, because we fought right before I went on the show. So, like, I mean,
Was there
rough.
jealousy involved? Was there just abandonment issues involved? Was there like, oh, you're not going to go fuck around type thing involved?
Well, let's say there were mistakes involved, and we worked through those mistakes.
Oh, I bet you I can guess what those mistakes are.
Yeah. So the world knows. I mean, Reddit knows. You can Google me. I was slammed on Reddit. So, but anyway, there were just some choices that were made, and it was because I was going through a hard time with Hamilton because we had been together long enough, and I've known Hamilton for almost 15 years. So I've known him a very long time.
So since like high school.
Oh yeah. I was his drama camp teacher. Like, he's...
You're older than
Yeah, just by a year and a half.
Gotcha.
So, but anyway, and his mom was my 4th grade art teacher. So, like, I've known him a very long time.
I am so, like, Dirk Gently. Everything's connected in my brain.
I know.
now.
So, yeah, it's kind
He's
of
pulling holistic right now.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
If you haven't seen the last episode, go back and watch it.
So, I had a couple bad relationships. Excuse me, I burped. I had a couple bad relationships, and I was putting Hamilton in a box from, like, what my exes did. And I was like, I'm on a TV show, so whatever, I'm going to lose him when I get back anyway. And I made some choices that I shouldn't have made. But I'm a very open and honest human being. And so, like, immediately when I had access to a phone, Hamilton and I had tough conversations that we had to have.
But how incredible is it that you actually made it through that?
Oh, I mean, it's amazing because we didn't think, I mean, we're both adults, so like when we got back, we talked about it. Like other people are just like, well, I've been out the door. And I'm like, that's your decision that you don't want to be an adult.
Hamilton doesn't seem like a reactionary type of guy.
No,
I don't know him. I only know him from his Facebook.
No, he has a master's degree in psychology. He is not a reactionary type of guy.
Wow.
He wants to sit and figure it out.
He acts, he doesn't react.
Yes.
Honey, try not to pick his brain too much.
Oh,
He always wants to be. No, please do. It'll be fun.
We're going to be at the chessboard and going down a rabbit hole.
He's one of these people who wants to be analyzed. He's like, so what do you think about me? Because I have I've got my associates in psychology.
Yeah.
And I'm almost done with my bachelor's in human services. And I was like, No.
You're like, no.
That's
I do
exactly what
I
I'm
do
saying.
this shit to Hamilton. Anytime I'm like getting weird, I'm like, tell me what's wrong with me. And Hamilton's like, stop.
People are fascinating to me, though.
I
And
agree.
it's fascinating
I
to me
agree.
that you went through this experience, an experience that I know nothing about.
Yeah.
And it's also fascinating that I'm sitting here.
We're moving the whole.
Oh yeah, sorry. It's because this is moving, and I don't know why.
No, I mean it's because of Nick. I guarantee.
Yeah.
Also, this tablecloth is a shower curtain, so it's fine.
So now let me get like some analysts from you. Okay, so I'm sitting in your house, and I
Yes.
met you through our podcast, Drunken Trivia, originally.
Yes.
And then you came back and did more.
Yes.
If I was just some guy you met on the internet, would I be sitting in your house right now?
Well, I don't know. It depends. Okay, so like, did you guys know? Do you guys know Johnny and Deuce? Have you heard of their podcast?
No.
Okay, so they interviewed King of the Nerds as well. And when we got done, they when it aired, they interviewed me, and on the interview, they were like, "Hey, MegaCon is coming up, and it's right down the road from our house. You can stay with us for free if you want." And I was like, "Huh, okay." And they were like, "Really?" And I'm like, "Sure. I'm gonna bring people though." And they're like, "Yeah, that's great." And I'm like, "Okay." So we met once, like we talked on the phone one time, and I and Angela that you'll meet today that we're gonna do the Stranger Things
Right.
with, all went down there. Hamilton and her husband, all four of us went down there and just stayed at his house, and we had never met him.
That
and
was like us with Caleb Simon. We had him on an episode.
just did it,
He's been on Conan now twice. So proud of him.
right?
And he was coming into town to do a show in Knoxville, and we're like, "Hey, do you need a ride from the Greyhound?"
Yeah, we just hung out with Udoye, who's on Search Party
Yeah.
this week, or this
So,
season.
and he
came
was
to
gonna,
town.
So
Joy
before
was
all
gonna
this-
stay at our house. And we're like, you need a place to stay? We're just up the
But
road.
here's what I'm trying
But
to
before all
decipher.
this, I wouldn't have. No, you wouldn't be here. Nobody would be here. Like, I wouldn't. But, like, after that, I had such a good experience. And when him and I went to Europe, that was after the show. And we stayed with a bunch of strangers. And we had a good experience. And so after that, I'm just kind of like, I mean, we've been talking for years, technically, now.
2 years, right?
Yeah?
About 2 years.
Which is years.
Yeah, that's years.
So I'm
That's
like,
more than one.
that's more than one time.
So here's what I'm trying to process. I'm a guy who grew up in the punk rock community.
Mm-hmm.
I used to throw shows, I had a production company, and I knew my best friend's in a band that's semi-well-known. He's a band called Misery Index. He used to be in Dying
They're big
Fetus.
overseas.
Like, they have videos on MTV, and we've been
Okay.
best friends since third grade. And I knew some people from the music world because my band put an album out and did a little touring, and we kind of did a tiny, like a fraction of the music world thing.
Right.
But that was in the late 90s, early 2000s, and then I didn't really do a whole lot. And I started podcasting 5 years ago, 4.5. It was summer of 2013 is when I did my, and I didn't even know it was a podcast, and I called it internet radio.
Yeah,
When I
right.
I didn't, it didn't even have a
I mean,
word
basically,
back
Because
then.
we were solely, like, we
I have no
just
fucking
live.
idea. Like today, I have no
Right,
idea
sure.
what I'm doing. But
Yeah.
the idea, like William Sanderson, I used to love William Sanderson on Newhart. He played the Larry character, and he's on Deadwood. He plays the
My name's
mayor on
Larry.
there.
This is my brother Daryl. This is my other brother Daryl.
Either.
Well, he's somebody I grew up watching on
I
television.
mean, I know what Deadwood is, but I've not seen it.
He was the sheriff. You would
No,
have seen
no, not
that.
the sheriff. He's the mayor
Oh, the mayor.
on
my bad.
Deadwood. And he was on True Blood. He was a sheriff on True Blood.
Okay, I like him.
So, yeah, William was
He's
a
a
great
sweet old guy.
Okay,
Super sweet.
all right, I gotcha.
So I have William on the show for the first time. I reach out to Sharon. Thank you. Sharon, his wife.
His wife, who's a
And we
sweetheart.
talk back and forth.
Okay.
I get William on the show, and he's been on the show like 4 or 5 times since then. We actually had a Larry, Daryl, and Daryl reunion show for our 50th episode. But the first time I have him on, he's like, "Hey, I just want to tell you I love your morning rants from your bathrobe video." And it's like the Curtis Armstrong thing, right?
Right, and you're like, really?
I'm like, William Sanderson, who I used to sit there with my mom, and because the Newhart's from the 80s.
We
and
still watch
you
that before we go to bed.
on fucking
Like, a lot.
Newhart, like something I created. And there was this weird flip, and I want to know if you went through this flip, where instead of being like this retard, like fanboy, let me say idiot retard, I guess is the wrong word. Idiot fanboy who's like, oh my God, John Lear and William Sanderson and Margot Kidder.
Right,
Like I've reached this place now where I feel like a peer.
right.
And I'm like, And now I'm just totally comfortable. But it took like years of talking to people to now where I feel
Yeah,
I hate
it
the
took
word
you a lot
legitimate.
longer.
Not like the legitimate like the
I
podcast.
don't know if it's my anxiety or just me as a person or what, but no, like I have yet to be comfortable with Curtis, and there's no reason for that because he has done everything in his power to be like, girl, like we're all people. Like literally, if you've ever listened to an interview with Curtis, because I went to one of his book signings so that way I could see him, and so I sat in there and like if you listen to his interviews, they'll be like, well, did you know that like all these people you worked with were going to be huge stars? And he's like, no, of course you didn't. They're just people.
Well, Sean
You just
Whalen's
fucking-
the same way.
You just meet these
Yeah.
people and you're like, no, I didn't think he was anything special. I thought he was another actor. Like, it was bleh. Like,
Sean
whatever.
Whalen's a complete sweetheart. And I
Yeah.
grew up watching him on People Under the Stairs.
He's
and we
been
had
in
him on a bunch of times.
everything.
And he is like the most down to earth.
Which is awesome. Here's the real thing. Like, so I stalked D because I was like, D hates me. And I need D to like me.
D hates
so
you?
I thought D hated me. And so every time we did drunken trivia, I just thought, like,
Well, why did you
I
come
would
on
always
Drunken
talk.
Trivia if you thought he hated you?
Well, I just wanted her to like me.
That's the only reason he came on the
No, I
show?
did it because I enjoy it. Like, I had fun doing it. Like, I mean, I did Drunken Trivia twice with you while I was at PAX.
You were
I wouldn't
also-
have done it if I didn't like
You
it.
were also
Like, I
the
enjoyed
first
it.
person to ever do a live
Yeah.
drinking selfie.
Which was at PAX.
Yeah.
But I was at a fucking huge convention. I took time because I liked it. Like, I actually enjoyed it. But no,
Yeah, I totally
really
have
thought D
anxiety
hated me.
too, so you're
and I
totally
was
cool.
like, D hates me, and I just need to like. And so I thought maybe it was because I talk a lot. And so I was like, well, maybe I'm interrupting their trivia, and I just keep blabbing, and I need to shut up. So I kept like working on it. And here's the real thing: you did absolutely nothing. I just assume everybody hates me for no reason. I have really bad anxiety, so somebody will be like,
Uh-oh.
oh, okay. I know we're running low.
Did we
That's
kill
okay.
him?
We're running more than low, we're running out.
Here, I can have, and we might have to switch to PDR or hard liquor. I mean, I've got tons of that.
Oh no, my stomach can't take it. I'll be vomiting.
I was gonna say, so Ham knows he's got to drive tonight, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
So did you think I didn't like you?
No, I thought we were cool. I just thought Dee didn't like me. I thought maybe I just talked about it.
What
I know
did you
you're
think
good.
he
She
didn't like
literally,
you?
like, I'm not kidding. I can't think of I can't pinpoint it right now, but literally some people will go, oh, okay. Like, they'll say that to me, and I'll obsess over it, and I'll be like, oh, they didn't like, what did I do? What did I do? They didn't. So
I
I'm
usually
sure
say, you're cool.
Yeah, I'm
probably
sure
like,
it's probably that. And I'm like, cool. Oh, she doesn't like, for whatever reason, I take things way differently and
Or I
obsess
could
over it.
have actually been distracted because when we did Drunken
Well,
Trivia,
and-
it was really hard.
Well, and you and I never talked. Like, I just only met you
I don't talk
once
to
I was
people.
on, right?
I'm sorry.
So, no, it's fine. But it's like, Nick
I
and
talk to people
talked.
in front of me, like when I'm with somebody, I will talk to them.
Right.
But like, I'm really bad. Like Nick will be like, "Can you talk to so and so or text so and so?" And I'm like,
Yeah, I had to take
do
over
that.
the booking after like the first 6 months.
I
of
couldn't
show.
do it. It
that's-
gave me I'm like,
But this makes sense, though, but it was just because I hadn't talked to you, and Nick and I had talked so much, and I'm just like, I don't know, Dee. So that's why I, like,
he
stalked
also
you before
doesn't
you
shut
got
up.
here.
So
Right, he talks just as much as I do, so that's why I was like, well, maybe Dee is like, guys, get on track, because we'd be like, oh, blah, blah, blah.
Let me tell you what, if she didn't reel me in, I would be like a mad ball bouncing all over
he
the fucking
is. I
house.
actually have to tell him, honey, I love you.
Well,
but you need to shut
we've been
up.
together 8 years. Tell her what I was like before I had something to focus my energy on. Before the podcast,
I'm telling him to.
I was
So-
literally picking fucking flowers off the wallpaper.
You
I was
know-
like back and forth.
Well,
I would
hey,
pace.
you
and
said that on
literally-
your YouTube video.
You know
Yeah, I
how
was
they say a
literally
shark
paced.
has to keep moving or
Yes.
it'll die? He literally, and whenever he says he paces while he's on the phone, he's
We're
not
actually-
joking. He
Yes.
he paces all up and like all here. It's like he's running a fucking marathon. I'm like, why?
Somebody told me when I turned 30, April's father was actually like when I turned 30, he's like, you know, it's kind of weird somebody 30 years old is still bouncing around like you, but you're going to slow down.
No.
And here I am, like 15 years later.
People just assume though, like people just put all people in a box, and they're like, no, everybody does this, and I'm like, no, not everyone.
No,
you're not.
I'm constantly having to tell him. It's like we went to the mall today. I'm like, honey, slow down. Like my legs are shorter than yours.
Oh, I do that with Hamilton is a foot fucking taller than me, and he just like gets it, and I'm like, babe, I'm laughing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, he's like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, you're just going too fast.
Like, fuck you. Yeah, sometimes I just give up.
10 years from now, if you get sucked into the whole mommy, real person, adult life,
Oh yeah, that.
will you feel like you missed the boat if you're not doing anything creative 10 years from now? Or is that not even an option in Raychelle land?
I just don't think I would never do, I just don't think that I would never not do anything creative. Like, I mean, if I have a kid, I am going to be introducing them to video games. So I'll probably make like a YouTube channel with, hey, my kid learns Harry Potter. My kid learns
DJ's
this.
first video game was The Legend of Zelda. I want to say it was either Ocarina of Time or Majora's Mask.
Link to the Past is my favorite.
And he was like, no, Mommy, go that way. And I'm like, nuh-uh.
No?
Oh,
You don't
yeah,
know.
I better go this way. Okay. And he was right. Like, he was 4. And he's
That's
like,
really cool.
Mommy, you gotta go that way.
And you're like,
And I'm like, no.
So what do you say?
Yes.
Like, as a guy who's in my mid-40s, and I am blessed to have grown up with creative friends, like my friend April, she's a professional clown, acrobat, fire juggler, she performs at Bonnaroo, and these are people I knew, you know, I've known 20, 30 years.
Right.
Jason, like I said, is in a band.
Yeah.
Odell's been in bands his whole life. But I also have the other side of the coin where I have friends who are in their early to mid-40s who are like, they're just running out the fucking clock. They go to their little cubicle job, they come home, they grab a bag of chips and sit on the couch and like, and they're
Right.
fucking zombies. And it's like, those people are like, wait. You have children and you're driving to Missouri to meet a girl who was on a reality show a couple years ago to film a video of you getting drunk and talking to her. And you're an adult, you're a man? What
You're
the fuck's wrong?
yeah, my kids are somewhere where it's fine. And
Like, yeah,
Yeah, I mean, our kids have
I'm allowed to
everything.
have a life.
My
But they don't get that.
teenagers
They
are
think,
currently
like-
at the football game. One's doing flag, one plays mallet percussion, and
That's
the younger
awesome.
child
I didn't know
is with her grandma. Oh yeah, she kicks ass.
Yeah, our
That's awesome.
kids have
I'm
what
like,
they
"Woo,
want. But
get
the
that
point
fuck
is
out,
like,
come on."
there's this perception
I
like,
just think that, and as much as I say it, I still care about like what everybody thinks because I'm one of those weirdos. But like I'm trying to get over it.
It's
but
hard
I
not
still
to.
think that like whatever. I mean, if people
so if
want
I
to
thought
judge
you
you,
were,
if people want to
if
judge
I
you, it's
thought
fine.
you were stinky, it would just ruin your life.
Well, it would just like wreck
It
my
would
day.
wreck
at
you.
least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if
okay.
I got home and I was like, that Raychelle, she's short and stinky. Don't like that girl.
Right.
I would cry a little bit.
So-
Revenge of the nerd. Revenge of the nerd. We wear hard-ring glasses with a heavy-duty lens, bottom-down shirts and a bucket full of pants. Straight-A student, teacher's pet. They call us nerds, but